Welcome back to the channel, guys. I know that I said yesterday that we would make a video most likely on Lord Pull-Out-A-Puss, I call him, but I changed my mind due to the fact that I watched a video made by Wubby Gaming, and I think he covered pretty much anything I could say without having the monster in my hand. So you should check out his video on his channel. And that pretty much sums up like anything that I think I could say about the monster without actually having the monster. I highly recommend that you don't underestimate this monster. The ability to give area dodge to his whole team and reapply anticipation. He's also immune to nightmares. There's just so many good things about that monster. Mainly because it seems like Social Point is like withholding, giving like Mega Taunt monsters and withholding like making anticipation monsters. So I feel like when a monster like him comes along, you got to jump on it because there's not many other things to jump on. My proof in that is basically like if you look at my vault, man, I'm at almost 10,000 Stardust, and it's not like I have a real reason to hoard Stardust. It's just that I try to value my Stardust, and nothing so far. The only thing that I really see worth spending Stardust on is rank 2ing my book pages. So every month I unlock all of the cosmic monsters, and then I rank 2 them for book rewards. And before, I used to open up those book rewards during Rune Lords to try and get, an extra 50 gems for placing in the top 500 of Rune Lords. Since somebody had shared information in my Discord about how they gem their runes during the rune discount, I tried that once and it seems amazing. I was able to spend less than 200 gems to turn all of my book rewards to 10s. So I kind of recommend that too to people. Also, I used the rune discount to be able to make me a bunch of low level runes for like my Hyperias, meaning like if you're trying to start a gold farm and you're wondering like, oh man, how do I get all these gold runes for all these monsters that I need? During the rune discount, you can make level 5s for like 1 gem. So being able to just spend 1 gem and get a rune is pretty good. I mean, that's like 200 gems for 200 runes. And that should rune up pretty much all your legends that you had that needed runes and so forth. And then when you're runing a legend that you're not sure if you're going to keep it forever, like say maybe it's a 244 GPM legend, just remember that if you ever sell or extract the monster, that you will get the runes back that you put on it. They'll go directly to your rune storage, I guess you would call it, this rune temple building where they store your runes. Currently, I did activate my food guardian and I'm growing big farms, mainly because there is the relic discount currently. So I want to take advantage of the XP boost and use up all of my bronze relics to level some diamond relics. So I think that's what I'm going to do in tonight's video is skim through my diamond relics, talk about which ones I'm going to level up, and then we're going to probably do a couple of PvPs. I am not sure how this maze works after you unlock the monster. Like I haven't been participating in collecting maze coins anymore, but had I max collected, I'm sure I could have gotten more than 800 coins. The curiosity that I have is, does the price drop after a hump? Like, is it 800 and then, another big jump and then it drops back to 100 or something? Or like, does it continue to increment? I wouldn't know because I'm free to play, but I'm pretty confident that way back when I was a new player and the Forsakens were going on, that one time I got really close to max collecting and I was able to rank 1 my Forsaken and I had extra after rank 1, and it was like a super expensive node, but after I paid that super expensive node, the next one was super cheap, but I was out of maze coins anyway, so I'm not sure how that works. I feel like if it doesn't go down, the cost of that maze would be insanity to get to the end. Like, how is that possible? What's going on in the events is pretty much nothing. Uh, I did get my Lord Pull-Out-A-Puss, but the problem that I have is that I'm still crafting this stupid legend for the book rewards, the laser beam book rewards, where I really need those vault keys, especially if El Colossal comes around, which I'm confused on El Colossal at this point. I don't know if it's metal and thunder or if it's magic and light. I'm really confused, but I was under the understanding that it was going to be metal and electric, and then I would be able to try and breed Avas or Santas or Thundirs and try to get blaze cells from the event challenge. But now I hear that it's light and magic, and that you'd be able to get Armel or Froma, which I'm not interested in those monsters because I already got both of them from a mini maze. Um, Other than that, I think I seen they were selling Laser Beam. I'm not really interested in Laser Beam. He's one of the few that I'm not interested in, even though I think I have enough to rank 3 mine now. I still haven't built a Grandmaster duel team. So this race is going to be the last race where I don't have a Grandmaster team. After this race, I am going to make a Grandmaster team to try and get me at least one level 9 a week. I am leaning towards liking trying to play with Lamia, since my rag is not really ranked. I'm also looking to figure out what I want to spend my saved up orbs on. I have 7.7k. I will have over 8k with the next PvP season, and then with the next Nemesis dungeon, I think we're looking at roughly 9,000, but I think you need 10,000 to rank 4 a War Master from rank 1, and pretty much all the War Masters that I unlocked, like Rag and Thasla, they're only rank 1, so I would need, like, I think 10,000 orbs to be able to, you know, rank 4 Rag or rank 4 Thassalos, so I'm not sure which one of those that I'm leaning towards. I mean, maybe if you're listening and you do the Grandmaster duels, what would be your suggestion? Do you think that a Rag is better in there, or do you think that a Thassalos is better in there? Like, that's something that I'm curious about. I know that when I search YouTube, I can't find much information on the Grandmaster duels, but what I am noticing is that every week, when I come in here and I look and I see that all these people are only winning one time, and I'm like, wow, you only got to spend 30 gems and not lose one time, and you get a level 9. Like, that seems extremely valuable to me. That's only 120 gems a month to pull in 4 9s, which you can later turn to 10s or 8s. So I definitely would like to get into that. I have a few of the monsters, and then I pretty much have all the monsters that I think are playable in here. I just don't have them all, like, ranked, or, you know, like, I wish I had more rank on Corruptus. I wish I had more rank on Lamia, since you get to keep their traits. Like, I wish she had Res Block, and then I could run her. That would be pretty cool, I think. She has Immune to Control SC, she has Anticipation, she has lots of nice skills. The only thing she doesn't have is Trait Disable. I think that War Master Thassala is pretty OP still, but I'm not sure when it comes to, you know, how fast monsters are, like Froma, Armor Claw, Armor, things of that such. I'm sure they get, you know, to where Thassala is pretty slow. I do finally have the Kraken, and I wish I had Nazel higher, but I don't. As far as I know, you can't use relics, and you don't get any, you only get your stamina mutated runes, so Thundir would probably be a little rougher to do all of his extra turns with, since you wouldn't have a bunch of extra stamina, but I don't know. If the El Colossal is Magic and Thunder, I will be trying to get Santa and Thundir. If the El Colossal is Light and Metal, or I mean Light and Magic, I'm not really sure that I'd be getting anything from that El Colossal. I already have a rank 3 Ruby. I can't really think of anything other than that I would need. Yeah, like, I don't think any of the light Forsaken monsters are, well, I take that back. I guess we would try to get Corruptus. That's the one that I would try to rank up to, I guess. Well, I guess 5 would be the ideal, but it seems pretty expensive for an SC Sunburn, but I mean, I think that does reduce accuracy, so who knows. But aside from that, that's definitely in the near future on my channel. People are wondering what I'm going to use for the error duels. The error duels are coming. I think, I fear not, people, you know, trying to stream snipe me or copy me. That's inevitable. So, like, I can just tell you straight up that most likely, I haven't touched this monster yet, the Calademic. I'd like to read what he does, like, hands-on, not just the skill sheets. But My guess would be if I had to pick like instantly right this second without any extra knowledge, I'm going with Axel, I'm going with Lord Pulautopus, and I'm going with this Calumetic. So those are going to be the three monsters that I use. Last Era Duels, I knew before the Era Duels that I basically wanted to use Dreamer and Tank. I didn't really know like what the +1 was going to be, but I knew I wanted to run Dreamer and Tank. That's kind of how I feel with this Era Duels, is I know that I want to run Axel and Lord Palatopus, and then the +1 is still open. Like the PvP monsters cross my mind because he's immune to bleed, which then he can deny, but he's not immune to possession. Whereas this monster's immune to everything, basically. Meaning, like I was big fear, that Lupo turn transfer was going to be a big thing. I still think it is. The only thing that I don't really like about this Era Duels is that how many monsters are tied for 5,984 speed. It blows my mind how many monsters are tied for 5,984 speed for this season. If you look, like that's a 5,984, that's a 5,984. He's slow. That's a 5,984. He's slow. He's fast, and then you have the attackers are slow, and then you have he's slow. So I think, what is that, three? Yeah, three monsters are tied for the same exact speed, meaning before Lord Palatopus, his skills were leaked and all. Like earlier, I've been thinking I'm gonna run with Axo forever since I knew a taunt monster was gonna be in the era. I think that with rank 0 stats that or traits and stuff, that taunt is probably the most OP trait you can have in the era duels. So I knew that I was going to use the taunt monster, but yeah, like as soon as I seen Monster Masher or Master Masher released, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, man, there'll be turn transfer for days. But then we had double turn transfer monsters, and then I was just like, okay, I guess we got the pay to play version, and then we're gonna have the free to play version, and then yeah, so like before Lord Palatopus, I would have said I would have run Lupo, Axo, and Calumetic. Whereas now with Lord Palatopus, I think he might overrun Lupo, so I'm not really sure, man. Like, the only monster that I'm 100% sure that I'm running is Axo. Meaning there's no monster at level 100 that I feel more comfortable with than Axo. He is nature, whereas if you look over at the Wolfpack Attacker, that is also nature, so hopefully you get a nature weakness when they're trying to KO your taunt. But then when it comes to the other monsters, I like this guy's trait, and then I like Palatopus's moves. His trait is not all that good at rank 100, but that move would be really sweet to be able to cast area dodge while having a taunt monster. I just don't know though. So if I don't run Lord Palatopus, that's still a possibility. If I don't run Calumetic, that's still a possibility. If I don't run Lupo, etc. But definitely know that I'm going to be running Axo. That's where I'm at on the era duels. If anything new comes to that, I will let you guys know. Just like last season, I will build my team on stream when we start. I will move runes around. This time I am trying to spend a lot less gems, meaning I'm not going to be making mutated runes just for the era duels. I will make my next mutated runes during race when the discount comes for 12 gems. Or yeah, for when the discount comes, I can turn my book rewards to 10s. It'll still cost 25 gems to mutate if you try to rush it, so I won't be rushing them. I will just slow do them after race. But we're getting closer to a full set of mutants. I do like the idea of having a full set of mutants, because now I'm able to basically move them around to all these different places that I want to use them. Like if I want to use them in PvP, I can use them in PvP. If I want to use them in the Gauntlet, I can use them in the Gauntlet. If I want to use them in War, I can use them in War. And the cool thing about War is, as long as you have your team set right before the timer's up, you can take your mutants off of your War team and use them wherever you want, and your War team will still be mutated runes. So to me, that's really cool, and I like the idea of having a set of them at least. But I do realize that I'm sacrificing an extreme amount of gold by not making extra gold level 10s and putting them on all of the mythics that you play with, meaning like say you have, 10s on all your rank 5 mythics, you could also have gold swaps for all those same mythics that would make you a very, very big amount of gold if you're free to play. Whereas when you make a mutant, you're taking away 2 of those gold swaps just so that you can have, I guess, bragging rights or, feel stronger, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, really how much gold you make is more important than who you can beat up. But I guess it's a personality thing. I really don't want to be handicapped whenever you're talking crap to someone or someone's talking crap to you, and it comes time to fight. I really don't want to be like, oh man, if I didn't have all these gold runes and I had some mutant runes, I'd be able to smash out this person. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards trying to get a set of mutants. Alright, so without running our mouth for longer than 15 minutes, I think we will jump into the reliquary. Uh, Currently, I don't have any max relics. I've been playing for, a year and 2 months, and we still have not maxed a relic. The reason why I had not maxed a relic was just because the cost was crazy to me. And if you watched my channel or you followed my channel before the gauntlet came out, you know that I was not very big on diamond relics. I said basically, stamina gaining relics are the best relics. The best diamond in the game is Uriel Essence, and then the only way I'm leveling a diamond is if it actually heals my stamina. I don't really care about stamina draining. I'll leave that for the whales, meaning I don't get to go first anyway in most of my fights, so why should I care about stamina draining? Alright, well, that all changed when the gauntlet came out, and it all changed when I became in more than, now that I have 150s, there's a lot of times where I'm the aggressor instead of being that underdog that I used to be when I first started playing, where you're going against 150s and you're using 130s. Well, when you're 130 and you're going against 150s, stamina draining relics don't do much if you're not getting your turn to hit them or to apply the trigger from the drain and you're already drained. So if you're already drained when it's your turn to start, instead of charging, I felt it way more powerful to just wear stamina gaining relics. Like, to me, when I first, looked at the staffs, Cane of Atlantis was way better than Pump Seed staff, meaning I would much rather have gained stamina than be worrying about taking away my opponents. Well, now that I'm not the underdog player all the time, I'm more interested in taking away your stamina than I am about wearing some Cane of Atlantis and having an extra turn. I'm looking at it like, man, I'll wear a mutated stamina and then I'll get an extra turn. Like, I'm not going to use my relic slot that I could be using to get rid of their stamina, whereas my mutated stamina rune can't take away stamina from the enemy, but it can save me from needing a stamina gaining relic. So the game does change as you progress, but we got, I think the Shazar Amulet is fine for now. I don't need to rank it anymore. The same with Jaster's Mask. As long as these two relics combined drain at least 269 stamina, you are good in the gauntlet. I am not worried about them in PvP. I honestly do not prioritize PvP that high, but the gauntlet is starting to get boring since it's getting easier and easier to beat. But the reason why you need 269 drain on those two relics is because the only monster that has move cheaper than that, or that covers all the monsters. Yeah, the only monster that has a move cheaper than that is Dr. Watts in the whole entire gauntlet, meaning the next cheapest is a 12 stamina cost from Rara. So as long as you drain 269, Rara cannot use that 12 stamina move, and you are good to go. When it comes to Pump Seed Staff, I need this sucker maxed. This is the first relic where I need it maxed. Every point helps. Like 158 is still 22 extra points of stamina. That is 22 points of stamina someone can be using for a move that I don't want them having. The only problem is we're at the point where it costs so much to level up my Pump Seed Staff. Whereas I think it's 10 mil. But it cost all my relics. That's the part that's catching me here, is I only have, I don't know, 100 bronze relics, I think, at the moment. So I want to be able to use those in a more utilizing way. Like I did with these Wang shields when I was off discount, I went ahead and leveled them enough to where when I combined them with that gold mask, they would be able to drain stamina. Which brings me now to making some gauntlet relics. I think the number one relic that I need to main team anyway, that I'm not already, is to level up a second Morg's armor for my bomb beta. So I think we're going to start by taking that to level 20-ish. Would be the first place I want to go. That's going to give 38k. I'm not sure. I prefer to get it to where it's more than my Nabutos armor so that it's an actual replacement. Let's see, because Bomb uses Nabutos armor in the gauntlet. So whatever Nabutos armor is healing my Bomb is how high I want to make this Morg's armor. Where are you hiding at, armor? Alright, so yeah, it heals the wearer by 51. So I guess 40. If we can get to 40, I'll be happy. Let's just take it to whatever is 40. I think we were there just a second ago. Alright, that works. We're going to level this all the way to 22. I'm pretty sure I don't have any leveled up relics in there. Alright, so now my Bomb is better for Gauntlet than he was before. He should be able to eat 52's hit from, what is her name? Simus, that leaves bleed. He won't be able to rune heal after that hit, but after 42, I don't think I'm going to be using Bomb unless we max him. I think that's pretty much, after 52 in the Gauntlet is Bomb sacrifice territory. So that brings me to the next one, a Thetis armor. I definitely want a second Thetis armor, and I don't want to take it all the way to 21, because I think 20 is the next level up break, but I also, before leveling that armor, I want to get a mask. We finally got these Eltron masks, and I think we looked the other day, and we seen that it doesn't take much to get to 180, which is where we're taking both of these masks, I hope. Hopefully we got enough relics to do what we want to do. Alright, 167, 74. Alright, so 182 is 26. I'm going to go ahead and pay the piper on that. I'm only going to be using bronze and silvers to level up, so when we're out, we're out. But now that's going to permanently go on either my Heist or my Ignis, I think. Or actually, no, we're going to put the gold mask permanently on Heist or Ignis, maybe. I think I'm getting confused again. That's right, the gold mask is cheaper to move around and more expensive to level up. So I want to keep the diamond relic as a permanent relic on certain monster. So I will pick shortly on which one we do that for. Now we could do that again for a mask, or we can do that again for an armor. I think we're going to do it for the Thetis armor. Let me think. What, 280? So I only need 100 on the armor to mix with that. Let's see what we can do here armor wise. Autofill 59. Alright, so 102 is only 14. I think we'll go a little higher than that. 126 plus, let's see, 130. Armor normally mixes with the shield. Armor normally mixes with, yeah, I think this will work. We're just going to keep it at 133. And then we'll figure out exactly which monsters we're going to put this on for the gauntlet. I wish I hadn't already beat my gauntlet for the day so that I could check my monsters through that way. But the next thing that I think we could benefit the most from, I already leveled a tenacity shield to 20 for the Nemesis dungeon. I'd like to take it higher, but first I think just the way I do my habitats is the way I need to do my relics, meaning I should start with multiple relics lower level instead of just a couple of relics max level. My Tanie's amulet heals plenty of stamina for the dungeon the way I use it. I did not pull an extra beast banner, I don't believe. And it would be great to finally work on an attacker, but that's something we'll get into after we do the relics, is I need to figure out what monsters we're leveling up next. I have so many Watts masks, I don't really know what we're going to craft with them all. Alright, so this one, we're hoping to be able to do the same thing and get it to 180. Alright, we are able to. But we don't have enough food just yet. Okay, let me back out of here. I think this is going to be the last relic we do. Alright, so I watched a couple of ads. Thankfully, I can faster that out where you didn't have to see it too. Now we should be able to level the last relic. Alright. Alright, so now when it comes to bait monsters, for the gauntlet, I'm going to use the Cosmic Error book, I think. Alright, so I use Ignis and I use Heist as bait. Both of them are decent. Ignis is a better bait than my Heist is because he's higher level. They both have equal runes, basically. I think 776 on Ignis, all 7s on Heist. So those are two good ones. Let me check. On this page, I need to rank my Teddy. I'm like 40 cells shy of rank 3ing him. I need to do that, but Seaquake is another good bait that I use mainly just because I have him 120 with 3 life runes on him. But Aatrox and Manipulate are two that I use almost every single day in the gauntlet, and I move a mask and a staff to both of them every single day. So I should have leveled up a pump seed staff, I think, instead of the second mask, and made one of those. I will probably do that tomorrow. I think I will farm enough food. Let me check that I have the relics to be able to do that tomorrow. I know we got plenty of the staff. I think it would cost 6 mil food, and then hopefully we have the relics. I would take it to 180, I guess. Alright, so I do have the relics, and like I said, yeah, it's the same price as the mask. So if I could get 2 of those, I could make 2 permanent bait monsters that I don't even need to move around. That would be pretty sweet, but I think we're going to go with Ignis. Ignis is about to become the permanent bait. We're going to slap one of those masks we just made on him, and now he drains. Let's see, after being damaged by a skill, he drains 182. After being damaged by a skill, he drains 146. So he's draining 320 plus stamina. That is more than enough. He's now a set permanent bait for me being able to bait Node. Eventually, I will rank up my Teddy. If my ranker wasn't always busy, I think we would do it. His relics are a shield and an armor, so I would be able to put the Wang shield there and then a Thetis armor and use him as a permanent bait as well. I'm just not sure when exactly we will do that, but moving to try and find where we're going to put that second mask. Yeah, I think Heist, we're just going to make Heist the other one. Those are my 2 best baits, I guess we would say. Let's equip that, and then should be the armor that I just leveled somewhere. Yeah, right here. Equip, and then let's check. He's got 182, so 280 to 310, basically, you know, getting removed from him, so that's another permanent bait. I shouldn't, as far as I know, Heist can bait up till 55. I think 55 is sketchy because Moonhaze can do like some more powerful single attack move than the usual Carlos or whatever it does. It does the Moon one, I think, which hits for more. Don't quote me, I may be backwards, but one of those moves, I think, has the potential to KO my Heist on 55, but not Ignis. Ignis can do up to 55, and then I'm honestly not familiar with 56 bait because at 56 I normally just throw away all of my throwaways, or I sacrifice bomb if I've made it that far, or it's even easier than 55 and 54 was for whatever reason. So that's what's going on in the relic department. Oh yeah, we can put that relic on Bombetta now. I think Bombetta is actually on my defense team. It figures I have the wrong one removed. Alright, so he can now, or whoops, I forgot that I was using Armor Claw in War, so I just leave him like that with that mistake made, I guess. Or no, actually, Armor Claw has not been doing well in War. Alright. Yeah, I think my defense team is garbage, but it is what it is. So I need to do some PvPs to get that egg in the slot, and we'll probably do them till we get a shield, and then I think that basically wraps up the video. Oh, that doesn't wrap up the video. I need to talk about who we're ranking up, guys. Currently, I have the cells to rank that Axo again when he comes out. I don't know about all the way to 3, but we can cap him, and that doesn't take time. But I need to figure out, like, who we're ranking. I want to rank 5 Lord Pool-Out-A-Puss, I think. And then, yeah, my mind is really on what can I do to beat 4th place in the PvP season, and it requires, I know, me needing 6 good monsters, not 3, whereas currently I have 3 good monsters, Lindworm, Tabora, and Vampira. I need to add 3 more to that at least, so that way I can leave some on defense while I'm playing on attacks. I was thinking that we're definitely going to rank Chuckle to 3 this week for the immune to control positive effect on her, and then we're definitely going to rank Lord Pool-Out-A-Puss to 3, and that's it as far as I'm definitely sure. Now when it comes to what am I curious about doing, I'm curious about rank 5ing Lord Pool-Out-A-Puss. I'm curious about rank 5ing this Ross Skuka, or however you say her name. She's not as good as Vanos, she doesn't have Harden or whatever, but guess what, I don't have Vanos, so I have been thinking that, you know, her with a Pump Seed Staff or a Cane of Atlantis and then a Max Laser Beam Sword, and we get her rank 5 and put 3 Strength Runes on her, and then we can pair her with somebody like Chuckle, or we can pair her with somebody like Ferris, or we can pair her with somebody like maybe even Lord Pool-Out-A-Puss, and basically though I want to pair her with a Nur, and a damage boost, whereas like Ferris doesn't have Nur, but he's got some great damage boost abilities. I don't own Zorky yet. If I own Zorky, maybe it would be Zorky and her, basically just like everyone who runs the Vanos team, where you use Vanos, Megataunt, and then Zorky to boost your Vanos. I would be doing the same principle, just using her, and then that would free up my other monsters to leave on defense, so my defense would be something like Vampira, Tabora, Lind. So yeah, like, I'm not really sure. Those of you that watch the channel in the comments, what are your thoughts? I know that most of the time you guys ask me, like, why don't you rank Kodama? Why don't you rank Bombetta? To me, Bombetta has come back on my radar after I spent all those attacks in PvP, guys. Like, I told you before I wasn't going to rank Bombetta because we didn't need him anymore, meaning like he's doing his job, we're beating the gauntlet every day, Bomb survives all the way to 52, no problems, now he's going to survive on 52, no problems, and then he's a throwaway on, well, he's like a bait sacrifice on somewhere between 53 and 56. Okay, well, that's still going to be the same even if I rank them, really. Meaning, if you max him and you max both Morgs and you put all 10 life on him, then sure, maybe you can get to 54 with him. And then he's, you know, a sack on 55 or 56. I'm not sure, but that seemed like such a steep investment. But now, after doing all of those PvP attacks, I highly think that Bombetta is the best of the Megatons with that Ner, man. Like, that ability, there's just so much dotting and just tedious stuff going on in PvP that a cleanse is so vital that I started to realize that the key to victory with my attack team was using the single CDA on Lindworm to CDA their cleanse. Meaning, if you've seen a Nora or a Norgarok or whatever his name is, or you've seen, you know, an enemy Bombetta, or you've seen, you know, someone like an Ignis that was going to Ner, you CDA that fool. Why? Because then they can't undo all of your hard work in the match. So yeah, like I definitely, you know, Bombetta has come back on the radar. Like maybe we should rank 5 him. Maybe it's meant to be, you know, that he's served me all that time in the gauntlet. Why not rank 5 him? Like doesn't he deserve it? I don't know. So that's where I sit with that idea, is that maybe we rank 5 our Bombetta. But what I've come into the problem with now, and having all of the Stardust guys, is people don't understand that the reason why I rank 2 the books is because that's what the month allows me. Meaning you can't rank 3 the books. It's not free to play fathomable. Meaning like gems become involved. There's only, you can't rank, like you could rank mythics during the race, but there's no quest for ranking a mythic during the race. So you have to rank your legends during the race, and you have to keep your ranker open for quests during the race. So I don't count race as rank time, meaning my ranker is busy for race doing other things, so I can't rank mythics, which only leaves me 21 to 22 or 3 days out of the whole entire month to be able to rank mythics. Alright, if you rank 2 the book pages, there's 8 monsters a page. Okay, so 2 ranks on 8 monsters is 16 days of using the ranker just to rank your book pages. Alright, now when you're talking about wanting to rank other monsters like a legend or any mythics, you're talking about another day being taken off of that time. So yes, I am stuck with, if I was to rank 3 them, that's 24 days. That's not even fathomable because of race. So it lets me know that rank 2 is the sweet spot, but then it has me really bottlenecked on what do we rank. So I was thinking that if we do decide to rank a random monster like Rasuka for attacks or whatever, we'll gem it. We'll spend 125 gems or whatever, and we'll just gem it one day. We'll make a video of doing it, and then maybe like we'll do friendly battles with it or something if that's who we rank. Same thing if we decide to gem Lord Platypus and we just rank 5 him. Wow. Any day that I do the 125 gem rank a monster to 5, we're going to do some friendly battles to, I guess, get some value out of those gems, I think. We'll call it Lost Jumper's new toy. So like that's where I'm at with that. I want to end this video by just going and doing my PvP that I need to do until we get a shield up. So we'll just jump in and do that. And I forgot to change the moves on my Tabora from War, so hopefully it doesn't cost me. On these teams, I just want to survive turn 1, then we can Ner Witch Cat. But since they have Raglas or Nogarok or whatever his name is, I don't know, we'll just play it out because I can't even remember what moves I left on what's her face? Tabora. Tabora's wearing war attacks. Okay, no, we're fine. These are the same exact moves that I use in PvP, so we're fine. Alright, I'm going for the CDA on Witch Cat and then denying Vampira, so we're going to Ner. We're going to CDA Witch Cat. That way all of his shield stuff can't do anything about it. And then we're going to deny his other denier, basically. So yeah, now we lock down both monsters, and now we can do our combo. So if you guys have been following, that's what I've been trying to tell you, is that we're a combo team. I was just trying to set up for that combo play. And then from there, we can pretty much dominate. We will total blind him just for the extra dot, basically. So our main fear here is that guy being able to nurse, so I want to get rid of any monsters that we can, and it looks like she's at the lowest spot to get rid of, so yes, we eliminated one. Now my vampire can hold the other one down. Alright, so instead of going after holding the other one down, we're just going to get rid of the low HP guy. He's toast, so now we can toast her too. Alright. I'll do this till we get a shield, and then that'll be the end of the video. Oh, well, that really didn't take long. Double Mega Taunt Vanos. I feel like that's the no-brain team. Meaning, like, if you want a team that wins, that doesn't really require much player skill, that is your go-to team. Double Mega Taunt Vanos is so effective, and it's only getting better. Meaning, the reason why it's getting better is because Lord Platypus coming out, he's not going to be very good versus Vanos. As you can see, there's a lot of people that are using, Mega Taunt Vanos. Ignis is, another good way to boost boost Vanos that I didn't mention earlier when I named Ferris, and look like you got Chuckle up there too. No, I meant not Chuckle. Lord Platypus with Vanos instead of a Mega Taunt. That's kind of interesting. I like that. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. I mean, probably fun too, but I don't know if it's better than Mega Taunt. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in PvP. I haven't revenged anybody yet, but was looking through there so that you could see, what people are attacking with, because unless you're revenging somebody, you don't know what team you're getting on defense. So when you attack somebody, only know what could happen. This team is horrible on defense, but I just stuck basically my 3 highest ranked monsters there. I always click no on that. But anyway, guys, that's it for tonight's video. And tomorrow I will probably talk about this guy, because he's going to be finally hatched. And we can then level him to 35 and really tell if we're going to use him in the air duels or not. And my Lord Platypus, I am so hemmed up on. I need to figure out how, when, and what. I think I'm not going to pay the gems to rush a craft, meaning I'll wait a whole day, I'll craft him, I'll wait a whole 2 days, and then I think that 3 days should be long enough to decide whether or not we spend 125 gems rank 5ing him. So anybody in the chat who has, opinions on what you think Lost Jumper should be spending his 20,000 cells on here, because we do have the ability. I need to build a defense, and you're looking at what I have to work with. I have almost 10k Stardust, and I do have 10k Amber. So I need to figure out exactly what I need to work with. When it comes to Mega Taunt, I do have Day, but he's not rank 3, he's only rank 2, but 10k Amber can definitely rank 5 my Mega Taunt. So I need to decide exactly what it is we're doing with those. And I felt like I'd leave it a little open to the viewers. If you guys have an opinion on what you think is a good idea, I will consider it. I'm not telling you that I'm going to rank whatever you say. I'm just telling you that, look, I will definitely listen and take into consideration whatever you guys say. And if you haven't already, be sure to come chill out in my Discord. You can always find me there. My phone usually makes noise when somebody messages in my general or anywhere. So yeah, the link to that will be in the description, and I will also leave a link to Wubby's video on the Lord Platypus, is what I call him, because he did an amazing job. In my opinion, it's hard to make a video about a monster that you don't actually own yet, meaning like you don't have the monster to click on to show its skills or to talk about and click its traits, so you got to go through, like the monster gram, or you got to go through, Discord and show, like, hands down, the man did an amazing job with the video. I rank Lord Platypus probably an 8.5 out of 10. I wouldn't necessarily give him a 9. And the reason why I wouldn't really give him a 9 is because he requires help. I know everybody's like, well, it's a 3 monster team game. Of course, monsters require help. Now, to me, a 9 is somebody who's like so good that it doesn't matter what you put him with. Like, and then a 10 is a monster that can beat a whole team by itself. So, yeah, that's how I feel on that. I do think that the main reason for ranking Lord Pulautopus to 5 is because I want to wear speed on him and I want him to be as fast as possible, and the fastest possible is rank 5. And then considering that I want him to be as fast as possible means I don't have any room for wearing strength runes on him, and I want him to hit as hard as possible, meaning people are always saying you got to pair him with an attacker. I would like for him to do enough damage to equal an attacker, meaning like I don't want my monster to not hit hard, and if I'm just getting him to rank 3 so that I can get his trait and so that I can, and then yeah, then I'm losing out on speed, I'm losing out on damage, and I'm not worried about the HP. I really want his speed to be as high as he can, and I want his damage output to be as high as it can. So yeah, guys, that's where I'm going to leave the video at. Thanks to everyone who's been watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.